Guys, back again, and the promise of God that I will be talking about today is confidence. And it says here, you can be confident that God is with you always. The Lord is my light and my salvation, so why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger, so why should I tremble? And this is from Psalm chapter 27 verse 1. I think nowadays confidence is a big thing that a lot of people struggle with, especially teenagers of my age, and more so girls. I'm not saying that boys don't struggle with it, but more so girls in, the way of insecurities, and, maybe they post a picture on Instagram and they're like, oh, no, I don't like that, I look fat, or I look ugly, or like certain things that, they are insecure about, that, they don't have the confidence to be like, you know what, who cares, I like the picture, I'll leave it up. And there's been a couple of times that I've been like, no, I don't like that picture, I'll delete it, or just like wee small things like that. And there's a lot of people I know who struggle with social anxiety, and it's not nice at all. I have noticed, like, I wouldn't struggle with that more so, but I'm usually a friend who orders the dinner or asks someone in public a question of, oh, where's this, or how do I get to there, because a lot of my friends would struggle with stuff like that. And it's not a very nice thing, because it does consume a lot of people and take them over to where they can't even ask someone a simple question. And even if it's as I said, walking down the street and smiling at someone is a big thing. But it says here, you can be confident that God is always with you. So I done this thing, and I hope this will help a lot of people. I done it when I first started school this year, and I didn't really have the confidence to go in because I thought I'd be on my own and stuff like that. But I done this thing, and I thought in my head, and I would still do it the odd time now, but not as much. But I was like, right, I'm just going to pretend, and yes, he is, like, in a spiritual way, but I'm just going to pretend that, God is physically right here beside me, but no one else can see him. Like a wee imaginary friend, almost. Maybe someone had a wee imaginary friend as a child, but just pretend, he is there physically, and, you chat to him, you get through your day, but no one else can see him. So, like, say your friends are going out, having a laugh, I don't know, going out somewhere, and you're nervous, you're like, no, I can't do that. But if you do envision God as being physically there, like a person who you can like almost see but no one else can see, then it'll give you the courage to be like, oh well, I have someone there beside me, so I don't need to be scared. And God, if you keep envisioning that, and know that God is there, well then it does make things 10 times more easier, because a lot of people have anxiety whenever it comes to being lonely, and like of what people think of them, and as I said, social anxiety, all that stuff. But you may not be a religious person, or like I haven't read my Bible in months, and that's me telling the truth, and I don't think many teenagers my age do. But even if it's praying, not even 5 minutes in bed at night, or sticking on a wee worship song, all them wee tiny things will build up your confidence, and it will help you actually realise that God is there. Like, the Bible's there for a reason, people make all that music for a reason, church is a thing for a reason. So if you do understand and realise that God is there, it will give you the confidence to, actually think, what am I afraid of? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Nothing bad's going to happen to me, because I know I've got God by my side, and I know that is like a hard thing to imagine, because there's a lot of people who aren't religious, and they're like, oh, how can God be a thing? Like, you can't see him. Like, how do I know he's real whenever I can't see him? But if you do build a relationship with God, and read your Bible, listen to worship music, well then you will you know, like things will happen to you spiritually. Or I would like, whenever I listen, worship music would be my weakness. I'm like, I always get that wee feeling. I just want to cry every time I listen to worship song. Like everyone has that like only thing that God touches them like in a certain way. Like maybe it's reading your Bible, you get messages through it, or you know, hanging out with friends who maybe go to your church and you're talking about God, and you know, someone mentions something that you know you read in your Bible. Certainly things like that, that God sends you messages. But then that will help you realize, you know, that God really is there and I'm not on my own. And then all that will come together and you'll have the confidence to know, you know what, I'm not on my own, so why not? I'm just going to do it. What's the worst that can happen? Because God's there. But I'm going to go now, and I hope that helped, and I'll see you soon.